Good evening, everybody. I'm Kathleen from Make the Change. It's Wednesday evening and it's Let's Talk. And this session we're going to be talking about stress and time management. So, does stress create poor time management, or is poor time management creating the stress? So, it could go either way, but what to be aware of is that it can become a cycle, and a cycle in that the more stressed you get, the poorer your time management is. That creates more stress, that creates more poor time management, etc, etc, etc. And the further down that line you go, the harder it is to be able to pull it back. Okay. Now, the thing about time management and stress is that, it could go either way. Some people, when they're very, very stressed, they go down the hyperactivity route where they're cramming as much in as they can. They don't need to sleep that much, so they're up at the crack of dawn, being busy being. And but the thing is, yes, there looks as if there's a lot going on, but it may be that you're not doing it properly, because when you're stressed, you're not going to have great concentration levels. So it might be that you're busy doing lots and lots of stuff, but you don't complete it. You don't do it to the standard that you would usually do it. And then, of course, the other end of the scale is procrastination. And, when you're stressed and you're anxious, it could be that you really struggle to get out of bed in the morning. You're lying there in bed, thinking about what you don't like about life, what you wish life was like. Maybe, gazing out of the window or listening to what's going on outside and in the rest of the household, but really finding it difficult to get up out of bed. And, with that comes poor decision making, poor concentration levels, and just a lack of energy, a lack of drive, a lack of desire for doing anything really that you used to perhaps love doing, or you found very easy to do. Okay. And, the thing about stress is that it plays havoc with your mindset. And you lose all sort of connectivity with the things that you used to like to do, the drive that you used to have. And so, it can be really, really difficult to get that drive and that energy level back, because you can get so engrossed in the thoughts and the feelings that you are having. So, if you are experiencing things like this, it's not only difficult for you, but it can be really, really frustrating for people around you as well. Your family, your work colleagues, your friends, because, with your friends, you might not be able to make a decision about whether you want to go out or not, or where you want to go. Your family might be finding it difficult because they can see that you're not your usual self, but it's difficult to get communication and connection going. And then, of course, at work as well, that can be difficult, especially if you're somebody who doesn't really like talking about your thoughts and your feelings, because they can see you're not perhaps turning up late for work. The productivity levels are down. You may be taking extended lunches. The spark has gone in your excitement about your work, and it can be really, really frustrating for other people, because they, like I said, they can see that there's something wrong, but they don't know how to support you. And, and this also is the same for hyperactivity as well. That you can see that, it's not somebody's usual, behaviour, but unless, you can start talking about it to them, it's very, very difficult for anybody to support you and help you find a way out of this stress, time management, conflict that you've got going on. And it's for you, if you're struggling with this stress and time management issue, it is really important to be brave and to speak to somebody so that you can get the support that you need, and not to feel that you're being silly, not to feel that you're being self-centered, or that there's other people in worse place than you, because at this time, at this moment, you're in a bad place. And you shouldn't be comparing yourself to other people, because you don't know what's going on in everybody else's lives, because everybody's got different lives, everybody's got different ways of dealing with things. And this is about you, this is about your emotions, this is about your feelings, and the way that you need to start managing it the way that you can. So the problem is recognizing that you are in this state at the moment. Okay. And once you realize that you're in this state, and you can acknowledge that you're in this state, then you're in a better position to start doing something about it. All right. And the best will in the world, when you are at your lowest, when you are feeling as if there's a huge burden on your shoulders and a huge fog and you can't see where you're going, or it feels as if your legs are in a big vat of mud and you can't move them, or it's such hard work to be able to get moving in the day, it is extremely difficult to find your way out of it. Okay, and this is where you need proper support. This is where you need to find somebody that you can talk to. Perhaps going to see your doctor is a good way, because they will be able to refer you on to somebody else, or to give you some medication that will help to ease the burden, will help to lighten the load. And there's a lot of bad press about antidepressants, but actually over a short period of time, with the proper guidance, with the proper support, they will help you lighten the load so that you can find a more positive way through. Okay, but it's not a quick fix. It's a long-term lifestyle change, really, because it's work in progress. You've got to be thinking about not only your mindset, but also about lots of different areas that you could be improving how you feel about yourself. About breathing properly, about getting your fresh air, about getting some exercise, about eating the healthiest diet that you can, which is all going to help boost your energy levels. It's going to be boosting your immune system. It's going to be helping you with your sleep patterns. And then it's finding your drive. It's reconnecting back with your drive, reconnecting back with your desires. What is important to you and why? That is the big question, the big why question. Why are your values so important to you? Why are the people in your lives so important to you, or your pets, or your hobbies, or your sport, your work, all of these different things? Because understanding it and reconnecting back with it will help you move forward, will help you see your purpose in life, and help you to drive you forward so that you can keep motivating yourself, in the right direction. And I think as well, it's really, really important to, find one person That's all it takes, is one person to confide in, so they can give you, the support, the slightly different support that, healthcare professionals can't give you. So, you might only go and see your practice nurse or your doctor once every few weeks, but, the support that is perhaps closer to home and more personal is somebody that you might be able to check in with every couple of days, and just talk through different issues that you're struggling with, that you just need to download. And of course, in between times as well, it's, writing stuff down is a really, really helpful way of doing that. And it will also help you find that why. It'll help you find that drive and desire that will get you, up and going again in the mornings. Okay. Why do you need to get up in the morning? Perhaps it's about, being able to get up in the morning so you can get your kids to school on time, or to get back going out for a jog or walking the dog or just seeing the sunrise. Those sorts of things, hearing the birds in the morning, or having a walk around the garden or the park where you can be in contact with nature and the fresh air again. Okay, because these are the things that will help you notice the little things that perhaps you'd been missing while you were feeling so down, while you were struggling with managing your mindset, managing your time management. Because, all of these other things, the little things in our life, will just be put to one side. Not that you've done it deliberately, but it's just something that does happen when, you are, struggling with anxiety and stress. So it's about finding your why. Why do you need to help motivate yourself? Why do you need to support yourself? Why do you need to get those energy levels up again? Why do you want to be your old self again? And what are the benefits of it? What's the benefit to you? What's the benefit to other people? What's the long-term benefit? And it might be that it's about, and this is what's really, really hard, it's about being brutally honest with yourself. And that is a real struggle when you don't like, what's happening to yourself, when you don't like what you're thinking about, you don't like your feelings, you don't like the behaviour that you are acting out. But the total honesty with yourself is the only way that you are going to be able to turn it around. And this goes to, putting your hand on your heart and connecting what's going on in your head with your heart. So, you can really listen to you, listen to what's going on with your self-talk, what's going on with your body, so that you can start fixing it. All right, because, all the medication in the world is only a temporary fix. The only way that it's going to be fixed permanently is by what you start implementing, what you start changing about what you're thinking, how you want to be feeling differently, how do you want to be behaving differently, how do you want to be interacting with other people, because when you've got into that downward spiral, communication, not only with yourself but with other people, becomes very, very poor. And then it will become harder and harder and harder to broach subjects of issues that you've got and how you want to start correcting them and going back on the right path. to getting back to be the real you, the you that you have lost somewhere along the line. So find some time, find some free space to be able to think about something different. All right. I read a really great book, and it's quite a popular book actually. I can't, because I've just thought about this as I've been talking, so I can't remember who it's by, but it's KISS. Keep it sane and simple. Okay, and that is such a down-to-earth book. It's easy to read. You know, it's got very, very good tips and advice in there, and it's about not making it complicated. All right, make it simple. Try and make life as simple as you can for yourself, because the less complicated life is for you, the easier it is to manage. All right, the less complication. All right, so, you know, set yourself some tasks the day before. Okay, I'm going to get up at this time, and make sure you perhaps do one task the next day. Okay, at the end of the day, ask yourself, did you complete the task? Hopefully yes, you can tick that off, and then write 2 tasks for the next day. Not huge tasks, just very, very simple tasks. And one of those tasks might be just getting up and getting dressed and going outside for 5 minutes. Okay, now to people who haven't struggled with anxiety and stress in the past, they might think that that is a ridiculous thing to be setting yourself to do. But in actual fact, you know, when you are struggling with deep anxiety and deep stress, that can be a really huge deal, just to be able to do that. Get up at set time, get dressed, and go outside and get 5 minutes of fresh air. Okay, and the other task might be, I'm going to phone a friend and just say hi, because in, you know, high probability is when you are in this deep anxiety and and stress, you may have lost contact with people. Obviously this depends on how long this has been going on. The longer it goes on, you know, the communication has more of a, you know, a higher probability of breakdown. All right, so, you know, just little tasks that might seem huge, but once you've completed that task, it will be a huge relief to have done it. So it is, I'm afraid, about pushing yourself. It's about keeping going. It's about reminding yourself of why, you know, why you're here, your purpose in life, your self-worth. This is about, you know, value to you and other people, because you will be valuable to other people, even though you may not feel like it at the moment. Okay. And it's about getting back on track. And getting back on track is about, you know, managing your time properly. And so this is why, you know, I say that one of your first tasks is about getting up at a certain time, you know, because if you've been very late for work, or, you know, late for picking the kids up from school, or, you know, late for getting to college, whichever it is, you know, that task of getting up and getting out on time is very, very important, because, you know, the good old saying, time waits for no man. And it doesn't. It's always going to keep going. And unfortunately, you know, when you've got a job to hold down, when you've got a course to get through, when you've got people to look after, Your time management actually is very, very important, because, you know, if you've got to, say, take somebody to an appointment, you know that your poor time management, your anxieties and stresses are then affecting somebody else as well. Okay, and this is where the knock-on effect starts happening. You know, not just the time management, not just, you know, the vibes that you're giving out to people. You know, the whole of you is affecting how other people perceive you, how you feel you are being perceived. Okay, and so the sooner that you can start switching these things and putting the cogs back to working together properly, the better it is going to be for you and your time management and your anxiety and stress. So, just to recap very, very quickly. Okay, find your why. Well, no, the first thing is about acknowledge that you are struggling. All right, even if it's only to yourself. Okay, be brave, acknowledge yourself that you are struggling. Okay, what is your why? Find your why. Why is, you know, important to be who you really are, to find your way back to being you, and to finding your drive and desire to thrive again as you as an individual. And then to set yourself some little tasks. All right. Now, the other thing that is really going to help you with finding your why, finding your drive, finding your desires and getting back on track again is my top 10 tips to keeping yourself sane. So I'll put the link for this free 10-day mini e-course in the bottom, in the comments bottom at the bottom under the video, so that you can click on that and get started, because the sooner you get started, the sooner you can start seeing the results and, you know, having or getting back your normal life thought patterns, emotions and behaviours again. So that is the end of stress and time management for the moment. Okay, have a great evening, have a great week, and I'll speak to you again next week. Bye bye.